Stop giving us primetime games. It's almost never fun to watch. Stop it. All right, guys, the Bears fall once again. Not this season, but it just feels like, the Bears. It just felt like the Bears, Bears fans know what I'm talking about. This game was hard to watch from beginning to end, especially offensively. Defensively, we played great. This is any Bears game I've ever watched. I see no difference. Everyone was saying, and probably including me, I probably also said it, this year feels different. This year just feels different. And it's not. It's not different in any way, shape, or form. Now, it's week 2. I'm not panicking. We're only 1-1. Did we deserve to win the last game? Probably not. Do we deserve to be 0-2? Probably. But this is just every Bears game I've ever watched in my entire life. My God, it's just... Defense is keeping us in this game. Defense is not even letting them go down the field. They're punting it, and then we 3 and out. Punting, 3 and out. Punt, 3 and out. Punt, 3 and out. Just a horrible, abysmal game to watch. And I didn't even watch all of it. I mean, after Caleb threw that last interception in the fourth quarter, I just kind of... I walked away, man. I couldn't watch it anymore. I'd rather do something else in my life than watch the Bears. And this is a feeling I get every season. Like, it's just a continuous season, just not how I thought this season would go. I thought Caleb would have his struggles. I didn't think he would struggle this bad, even this early on. We can't move the ball for shit. And it's not even, I'm actually blaming almost none of it on Caleb. Our offensive line, trash. Our wide receivers, trash. Playing like trash somehow. We have one of the best wide receiver rooms in the league, but when they come on the Bears, trash. DeAndre Swift, horrible. Butt, ass, doo-doo, poo-poo, caca. Absolute horrible. It was like 14 carries for... I don't even know how many yards, but just an absolutely horrible game to watch. And they keep on giving us primetime games. And I understand it's Caleb Williams versus CJ Stroud, man. Congratulations, Texans fans. You got a quarterback. You stumbled into it. Like, you got so lucky. All right? And we've been trying to get lucky for 100 years. And you go from Deshaun Watson... prime Deshaun Watson. I'm not talking about current Deshaun Watson. To CJ Stroud. Well, and then you had like maybe 2 years in the middle of that where it was Davis Mills. That was his name? Yeah, I already forgot his name. That's how bad he was. But just like, it's not Bryce Young bad. Like, it's not Bryce Young bad. Who they are benching already, which is, in my opinion, not the right move for the Panthers. I understand he's struggling, and he's struggling pretty bad, but he needs as many reps as possible, and you're not going anywhere anyway. Like, your team sucks. You are bad anyway. Why are you benching your second-year quarterback for Andy Dalton? Like, if it was somebody else, I would maybe understand. But Andy Dalton, no. That makes no sense. But I'm not here to talk about the Panthers. I'm here to talk about what happened last night. I was pretty mad this entire time. That entire time I was watching that game, I was pretty pissed. All right, and it's a combination of everything. Ryan Poles just refuses to, fix the center position, fix the right guard position. We gave Nate Davis all off season off. Like, we literally didn't let him practice for no reason at all. He literally gets paid to practice, and he just refused to. So now that's the product on the field because he refused to practice. And then Coleman Shelton literally can't pick up a block. Tevin Jenkins was not very good. Darnell Wright had a very bad game, gave up a few sacks on Danielle Hunter. Caleb Williams has been getting the ball out way quicker this game, but not quick enough, unfortunately. I mean, because that offensive line, you need to get it out in like a split second to account that offensive line. It is that bad. So, I mean, it's not time to hit the panic button. It's actually not even close to time to hit the panic button. But is it? Have I seen a change from last year? No, absolutely not. The only change that I did see was even worse offensive line play and even worse running games. The run game is not there. At least Luke Getsy could call that. Shane Waldron has me extremely worried. Extremely worried. I am so concerned about Shane Waldron. I didn't like the hire in the beginning. I didn't like it a few months ago. I didn't like it a few weeks ago. And I don't like it even more after 2 games. I don't trust in him at all. I don't trust in Shane Waldron. Not saying I don't trust in Matty Eberflus's defense, because I think he's a good defensive coach. But nowadays, how you win Super Bowls is offense. Offense, offense, offense. We cannot win games. We can't even get to the playoffs with just a good defense. This is not the 85 Bears anymore. This is not the 1985 NFL anymore. Yes, we held the Texans to only 19 points yesterday, which is actually very impressive, knowing all of the pieces that they have, and CJ Stroud looking like a seasoned vet already. That's impressive that we held them to only 19 points. But our sad excuse for an offense can only score 10 points, or 13, whatever we ended with. It doesn't even matter. It felt like way less. So as soon as the Texans made it a 2-point game, or a 2-possession game, or you know what I mean, like a 2-score game, that's what I meant, that's what I'm trying to say. I knew the game was over. There was no coming back from that. We couldn't even really move the ball near, like we couldn't even get it past, the halfway mark. Half field on their territory. We couldn't even get it past it. So I'm not hitting the panic button on Caleb right now, but I am already. I'm stating this right now. I am hitting the panic button on Shane Waldron. Already. I don't think that was the right hire already. In 2 games. The play calling was atrocious, man. The screen plays. Why are we calling a screen on at least 2 or 3 times a drive if we even get a first down? Why are we calling a screen every single time we have a first or second down and they never worked? All yesterday, they never worked a single time, and he kept fucking calling it. It's Luke Getsy 2.0. This was literally our concerns with Luke Getsy. This was our complaints with Luke Getsy, and it looks like Matty Eberflus and Ryan Poles hired the same fucking guy. Let's not push the ball downfield, just like what we did with Justin Fields, but let's have him throw it 5 yards down the field, 2 yards down the field, and have them pick up the rest. And unfortunately, when Caleb did throw it down the field, which was 2 or 3 times in this entire game, past the 10-yard mark, when he did throw it down the field, he completely missed him. Completely. DJ Moore looked very stressed out yesterday because every time they threw his way, it was either very inaccurate or it was nowhere near him. It was just either at his feet or it was over his head. That was it. That was it. Every time Caleb threw it down the field, he completely missed him. Now, obviously, a better offensive line would probably fix this issue, and more time, because Caleb Williams didn't do this in college, so I'm not worried about the inaccuracy yet. But If he continues to do this by like week 6, week 7, week 8, halfway through the season, yes, I'm going to be very concerned. Now, we need a run game. The run game also does not help the pass game. If we have absolutely no run game, it does not help the pass game whatsoever. We all know where they're going to freaking pass. DeAndre Swift had like 1.2 yards per carry yesterday. That is one of the most atrocious run results or run, games in probably fucking Bears history. That was horrible. At least Luke Getsy could run the ball. Okay, now, I mean, we have a very winnable game next week. And the Colts, man, you disappointed me. You hella disappointed me. How do you not win against a Malik Willis-led Packers team? That is extremely disappointing. But enough about the Packers. We have a very winnable game next week against the Colts. Anthony Richardson doesn't look good. It looks like DeForest Buckner may or may not play. He may not play. The Colts looked horrible at Lambeau. Unfortunately, it's not at home. They are in Indianapolis. So I'm not too worried about the Colts, but also at the same time, they don't have a bad defense either. They're not great, but they're not bad. And they probably are the worst defense we're going to play against, so far in this season. So Caleb, if he were going to have a bounce back game, it would be against the Colts. But I don't know. The reason I was so depressed yesterday is because I didn't see a difference between Caleb and Fields. I didn't see a difference. At least even the team. This team is completely different from last year. Completely. It's almost a brand new team. And yet, we are getting the same results. That boils down to it being a coaching job. It being a owner responsibility. It's a GM responsibility. Coaching responsibility. That offensive line coach probably needs to fucking go. I understand they were going against Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, but what was Caleb sacked like 5 or 7 times yesterday? I think it was somewhere like it was a lot. It was a lot. So I don't think Caleb sees a difference in the offensive line he has here and he had at USC. So, I mean, was Caleb actually really that wrong when he was saying, hey, let's not go to Chicago? Like when he was talking to his dad, like, I don't want to play in Chicago. I want my career to be long and make lots of money. And is he really going to do that when he plays in Chicago and he has Shane Waldron as his offensive coordinator and he has that offensive line? Is he really going to make that much money? Is he really going to be here in Chicago for more than 4 years like Justin Fields was not? Was it a good idea saying, hey, I don't want to play in Chicago, if he actually did say that? Should he have? Probably. Chicago is just where QBs go to die, unfortunately. And he's not wrong. He is not wrong in the slightest. Obviously, he could be our savior. But all these Bears fans out here hyping him up to, year one this year, be the first 4,000-yard passer with 30 touchdowns. No, it's not happening. I mean, it's already not happening. He's already not even on pace to hit 3,000 yards, which is just like Fields. Fields never even crossed the 3,000-yard mark in 3 years he was here. He's on pace, Caleb, he's on pace to not even hit 3,000 yards. And he hasn't even thrown a touchdown He hasn't rushed for a touchdown. 2 very bad picks, rookie mistakes. The decision making is not there. I don't know. It's very sad. We are the oldest franchise, and we don't have a 4,000-yard passer. You know, the Texans stumbled upon CJ Stroud, even though they tried to get the number 1 overall pick to get Bryce Young, and their GM is looking like a fucking god right now, even though it was literally like pure luck. They settled for CJ Stroud. They didn't want CJ Stroud. They settled for him. There's a difference. So, I don't know. I mean, are the Bears ever going to get that lucky? Probably not. Are the Bears ever going to have the right coaches? Probably not. Are the Bears ever going to win another Super Bowl anytime soon, as with the McCaskies being the owner? Probably not. So, yesterday it was depressing. Move on to the next game. See what they can do against the Colts. That's all we can do. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.